What's up, YouTube? Can this tool reset the TPMS on your vehicle, plus maybe make you a few bucks? We'll jump in for another ride. Let's find out. I wanted to make a quick video that could possibly help a few people out. After installing the new Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires on my 2014 Shelby GT500, I needed to reset the TPMS sensors since I installed new ones since the old ones were coming up on 10 years old. And this tool I've been using since about 2015, 2016, somewhere in there, and it's done a great job for me. So just to get us started here, if you're unfamiliar with what we're talking about, or maybe you just had that annoying yellow light that comes up on your dash and you hit a dead end, maybe you've installed new TPMS sensors, maybe you've done a tire rotation, you're going to need to update for the position of the tires. Now, TPMS is often the industry standard for tire pressure monitoring system or tire pressure monitoring sensor. And I've been using this particular tool to reset the TPMS on multiple vehicles for quite a few years with great results. Let's go over why or why not this may be a viable option for your application. The tool isn't overly expensive, but it's also not cheap at $135, $140 on Amazon. And you can get the key fob looking tools, and those tools are great for one application, say if you're using a Ford or if it's a GM only product, whatever that may be. But the great thing about this tool, in my opinion, is it's updatable online from their website. The update process is super streamlined, super easy. I've updated this thing, I don't know how many times, at least maybe once or twice a year, and it's worked out great. If you want to see a video on how to update it and going through that update process and a little more in-depth information on this instead of just resetting the TPS, please leave me a comment down in the comments below, and I'd love to make a video about that and get you some more information. So at that price point, $135, $140, my thought about it is you can basically reset anything. So let's say if you drive a Ford and your wife drives a Toyota, you can reset whatever you want for as long as you want. Or let's say your aunt drives a Lexus, or you have a niece that has a Mercedes. Set your TPMS, and the next time they're over, charge them a few bucks and make a few bucks back. So after a couple of times, you're into the same money for a much nicer tool for the same thing that you would have spent on that little key fob tool that only does one model. That's just my take on it, my opinion. I hope this helps you out. So let's open the tool up. We'll take a quick look at what comes with the kit, and we'll go over some pros and cons of why maybe a more expensive option or a less expensive option may fit your application. The toolkit comes with the standard operating manual. It also comes with a USB to update this. It comes with a charging cable, and it also comes with a magnet. So the controls on the front of the Maxi TPMS TS401 are super easy to read, super easy to understand. When we power it on, it gives us an initial boot screen. From there, we can select vehicles, and we're just going to use yes to select. So from this menu, we'll see an entire list of makes. From the makes, we can go on to the models, and from the models, we can go on to different years, etc. So since we're working on Ford, we're going to say we're working on Ford. Next, we're going to select Mustang. We're going to scroll down. We're going to pick our year model. And now it's telling us we can program the front driver's side or the front left. Now a couple more things about this TPMS tool really quick before we start resetting the TPMS on the 2014 Shelby is the fact that it comes with that magnet setup. Now that may not seem important, and it may not be to you, but on older vehicles, we'll just use my buddy's 2004 Dodge Viper as an example. It's required to activate the TPMS on that. Now if you're not going to do anything older, it may not be that important, like a small key fob setup. That may be important, and that's something you want to consider. Also a great point to the Autel device is whenever you update it, the instructions for resetting the TPMS on any particular make and model vehicle is inside the device. So if you don't know the Relearn procedure, you can actually look in the device. It'll give you instructions on how to reset it, and you're good to go. Okay, so as we go through the Relearn process, I'm going to set my GoPro up here on the dash. That way you can see what it's saying as we go through it. Now, it may vary slightly from make to model what the language is, what it's saying, but it's all going to be generally about the same. So this Relearn procedure is really easy, so let's get going. Okay, we're going to cycle the key with the ignition, but the Relearn process is going to be basically the same if you have a push to start vehicle. You're just going to push to start into accessory mode and out of accessory mode instead of actually cycling the vehicle. But the process is exactly the same. So key in the vehicle, we're going to push the brake, we're going to cycle 3 times, we're going to end and run. We're going to press the brake, off. We're going to cycle 3 times. And that horn tells us that we're in learn mode. Okay, so it says train left front tire. So we're going to go over and we're going to activate the front left. So that honk verifies that we updated. And so some vehicles will send data to the tool for it to go back and forth. We're just going to say no. We're going to say yes. We're going to go down. Now it's going to tell us to train this tire, which is going to be the rear passenger side. So we're going to send a signal. And it's trained. So we don't need any data, so we're going to say no. We're going to go down, and here we are at the rear driver's side. So again, we're going to send a signal. And as we can see, our train is complete. So Autel does make a full line of the TPMS tools. Not just the TS401, but obviously the more up the ladder you go, the more expensive they get, and they can get expensive quick. Some of the tools will even do key fob relearns and things like that. I don't know about this one. I've never tried it. I just use it for TPMS on mine and my buddy's cars and to make a few extra bucks. So it's worked great for that. I just haven't tried outside of the realm. Now, if you want to see a more in-depth video on the TS401, maybe a make and model list scrolling down, or maybe how to update it, something like that, I'd be glad to put together a quick video. Just leave me a comment down below. This particular tool has just done everything that I've needed to do, and I've had great luck with it, so I wanted to share it with you. So I really hope this has helped you out. If it has, please do me a favor. Leave a comment below, hit the bell notification, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll jump in for another ride.